Hey, I had a feeling. I had a ringing in my ears, a sound that was like the wind howling through ancient canyons. I had a thought. I had a wooden board on a tripod. I had paint and a moment of reflection, where I wanted to draw sun and shade and canyons and valleys and mountains and sculptures all mixed together. So I sketched, absorbing all that was bad and good about social media, about the president, the senators, the judges and the reporters and the talk show radio hosts who sat and watched me as I stood next to the art truck and put on my heated gloves and sharpened those pencils and made some lines and stood there while the infinitely small creatures in my intestines made it possible for me to continue on after only having yogurt and fruit and coffee, and I was on my way amidst the sculptures, the Volvo hubcap still stuck into the wall, the laughing sheep and Sisyphus carrying the ball, and the paintings by Reno, and in this moment I was present with the wind and sunlight in the canyon, wondering what other creatures or sentient beings had been present during the rise and fall of the two different mountain ranges beyond the studio, the erosion of timeless quantities of soil and rock, the Bastille of Eldorado Springs, the rutted road sullied with potholes, reflecting every tree, sirens shrieking after the wind blew too hard, the Marshall Fire exploding over Louisville and Superior, the blackened carcasses of cars and foundations scoured like Brillo over the landscape, the hot mess of melted rubber, the mingling of tears and frustration of Android Jones, whose studio in Lyons burnt to the ground, Rodney, who painted with light in the tiny house, his sculptures and notebooks soaked to the bone after a pipe burst in the middle of a cold snap, Cate, who painted like someone whose father was poet laureate, who suddenly disappeared off to some sunny Greek island after drawing horses and cows in burlap bags full of longing. Antonio, who drank too much wine and roamed the halls of the art center during the pandemic, who painted still lifes of fruit and dreamed of his Colombian home. Arthur wearing his beret, bringing limoncello for the party after working on old stone fireplaces, sculpting guns and rosaries, expressing something tangible about the violence and hatred and guns and racism present out there in our world. The photos that Dona took of immigrant kids in silhouette, revealing their stories about coming into this country, people wishing that the United States of America could live a different myth, that this planet could be a bounty shared by all, tiny little houses made of sticks like the ones made by Jody, who sat in her mobile home while the wind tore her roof off, Ginger painting landscapes of emotion, Norberto making small landscape paintings on the road, who met Giuseppe at Burning Man when he got invited to live out here for a while, who painted murals with eyes, murals with jaguars, murals on the floor of the man cave, murals outside on the wall, inspired, spirited, sainted with love and creativity, and as Prince said, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life."